Tony Hawkins has got a podcast. I hope he's better at this than he is washing the kit, because he was fucking useless.
Right,
so
S2V1.
Finally,
We're back. Hey!
we're still just over a week and a half away from an actual
We are.
proper football match, which may or may not take place.
Been to any friendlies, Tony?
I have. I went to Brackley,
Was it good?
5-1. It wasn't the
Good,
worst
I've heard that
I've seen.
Garden City was a night to remember.
That was I've been to a lot of pre-season friendlies, and I have said I do go to them hoping it'll be good.
Out of duty, Tony.
Yeah, also out of due, but no, it was up there with Crawley into his first
I was
one.
there. That was a good day. That.
Oh, that was horrific.
The only thing worse than that day was the journey there.
Oh, the journey there and back was horrendous because I didn't have any aircon, and also Plymouth when Carl decided that it would be a good idea to test the lads on an overnighter, and that was also a 0-0. But it was awful. It was absolutely awful.
1-0.
Yeah, we did.
I had an argument with a guy today at work who was trying to convince me it was 3-0.
It's definitely 1-0.
I said no, it was 1-0. I had to go
1-0.
on the internet and check. Apparently, and I didn't know this till today, a fella who used to work beside me was playing for them.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I wish if I'd known that I would have gone.
There were.
Man, I would have
they
been
did have
shouting at
some who players had given me a run for my money at the cake table.
Well, the big fellas.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
a couple of extra pounds.
I had a nickname for him. I can't remember what it was.
I didn't go to Hemel last night
No.
because even though they dropped the price
Yep.
to a tenner,
Tenner.
I still think it takes the piss that they asked for 15 in the first place.
15 was a lot of money.
I was
That's
sitting there.
actually genuinely a lot of
It
money.
is, it
All
is,
piss
it really
taken
is.
aside. And it's Hemel Hempstead when you get there.
Yeah.
Not paid 15
So
quid to go.
nice to see the new players, like in the look of the big lad at the back, the Regan Poole,
It's a
is
big
it?
fella, him.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Tony. I was going to do some research,
But
and then I thought, why spoil it?
I was watching the only
Why
ones I
spoil it by
recognised
doing
is
it now?
Poole because he's big and he's got hair. Boateng because he's a cross between Chucks and Cisse. Not quite as big a Chucks.
I thought he
not
looked
quite
like that
as,
Poland guy that you used to have at centre back. Ethan.
No, he's not quite. He's not quite as well. I'd say Ethan.
I hope he's better than
I
him.
think he was.
Let's be honest.
heftier than him. Yeah, he looked lively.
Message.
In fact, yeah, they looked. They looked lively. I mean, pre-season's obviously never a good way to judge how your season's going to go because there's no purpose to the games other than to get fitness and minutes and get them back playing football. But I did particularly like the look of the back five that had Callum Britton at the far right of that five, Louis at the far left.
Okay.
And then three centre backs.
So where was George Williams?
Well, this is the thing. So George can play right side of that back three. He can play left side of that back three. But we've got him. We've got Joe Walsh. We've got Russell Martin. We've got Paul.
I forgot about Russell Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
And
pleased you've reminded me of it.
He's played quite a lot in pre-season.
Good for him.
I haven't seen Dylan's goal from last night. Apparently, it was a bit special.
I was too busy reading that someone decided to batter Dean Lewington in the back.
Oh, really?
Apparently, it was another ginger.
I bet they didn't.
I bet that didn't go down very well.
That didn't go down well, and I'm
I bet
sure
it didn't go down well at
that
all.
some sudden accident will have befallen
I would
him
have thought so.
within the very short period of time after he did it. Yeah. Talking of which.
Oh, go on.
So I've raided Louis' wardrobe again.
Oh, right.
And hopefully we're going to have a tracksuit to give away.
Oh, a tracksuit. Is it a shell suit?
Last season's tracksuit. I can't actually remember what it looked like, but I'll get it off him at some point and we'll think up some.
He's very generous, man.
He is. He's very,
He's a
very
patron
nice
of the podcast.
Patron
Unofficially,
of the
in case
podcast.
you're listening in that thing.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him to do another.
We can be a bit freer now that Housewife's Favourites abandoned us.
Yeah, it's gone off and wherever it is. I
He
mean,
embarrassed himself on the internet is what he's done last week.
Yeah. If any of you get to see it, please watch the video of Sam where the official opening of his new shop at Wigan Athletic, where he made a bit of an arse of himself.
Should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go? It was
What
very
did he want?
funny.
To-
One of
to
those
you, to me?
really awkward moments.
It was
where
awkward.
If you walk away, it's
Yeah, he's
well.
walking away,
Should I walk away or should I stay? Either way, you look a
Tell you
prat.
what, I'll do both. He said. Right, Tony. How's it been for you? How's your summer been?
boring.
Really?
Really,
Oh, I've done a load of stuff.
I hate
at home.
not having football.
You must have enjoyed the old cricket.
I love the cricket. Oh my God, that was... Do you
Shall
know
I
what?
tell you something?
I haven't felt like that since the rugby in 2003.
Yeah, it was good.
The Ashes in 2005.
Yep.
I was shaking like... In fact, I nearly, I think with 3 overs to go, I very nearly turned over because I thought, that's that.
I must admit, that's the first game of cricket I've ever actually watched. Ever.
Well,
and I thought to myself,
in which
right,
case,
this is as good as it's
it
going to
is.
get. It's never going to be any better.
It will
than this.
literally never, unless something
was
ridiculous
fantastic.
happens in the Ashes again.
I'll be honest with you, I don't mind a minute. I was genuinely up and
The
screaming.
thing
Me
is,
and my
with
lad
the-
were both
with the
doing it. It was
cricket-
fantastic.
If you can put up with the initial 6 hours,
Oh, I started
of
watching
shite.
at 10:15. I thought, brilliant, this is.
Yeah.
What value for money you get, 10:15 it starts.
when New Zealand came into bowl, I thought, yeah, we'll stroll this looking at our batting
Yeah.
lineup. Fuck me.
What happened was, and there'll be more of my elopement later on apparently, we were watching it and we went up the elopement and I had, the BBC Sport app on my phone and it said, England collapse. I thought, that doesn't sound good.
Did you see the England collapse
No.
today? I don't actually know what the
People were laughing. I'm assuming they were playing Northern Ireland or
They were
something.
playing Ireland. Now I thought it was a one-dayer when I saw 81 for 9, but apparently no, it's a 4-day test. We were all out for 89, I think, and that is basically the core of our Ashes team.
Yeah,
there.
but they're still world champions.
Losing to Ireland.
Yeah, who cares?
But that's just typical England.
World champions.
World champions one
You
day.
don't lose the world
Go and lose to
championship.
Scotland the following
good luck to
in the
them.
neess game.
Anyway,
So
I've done
what
loads
we
in the
got?
summer. I have.
Well, I haven't done any research either. But
No, I haven't.
as I say, I've had a good old peek at a few of the players in the pre-season.
Good. How many pre-seasons have you seen? 2.
It is 2. I went to Brackley and Welwyn Garden City.
Right.
Did I go to another? I don't think. No, because the other one was
That's all
Hemel.
right, yeah.
And it's Northampton on Friday.
Is it?
I think.
Off. The Fridays are
Northampton on Friday.
Why can't they have them on a Saturday afternoon?
Northampton on Friday, then St Neots. Or St.
Doing
Neots.
St.
Oh,
Neots?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
but
know.
there
I
are
don't care.
there are pre-season friendlies approaching. In fact, I will look it up because it's going to bother me now. So going to Northampton, going to jump on the train for that one.
When's that? Friday night.
I think it's Friday. I'll have a quick look here.
What's the date today? What's the
Here we go. Right,
24th
so
today? 26th it is, so it's Friday night.
Friday the 26th, yes, Northampton, and then Tuesday the 30th, St Neots. And
They
then
get anyone good, Northampton, in their squad?
they got one of our boys, isn't
One
they?
of our rejects.
One of our
Old boys.
old boys.
That-
I was talking of old boys. I don't think Dean Bowditch has been released. He hasn't got a club. Obviously, Ben Reeves
Reeves!
played
Oh,
at Welwyn Garden
he
City.
did.
His usual run around like a
He
headless
turned
chicken,
out
chasing
last night as
everything.
well. Did he not play
Yeah,
last
I
night?
think he might have played. I'm not sure. They still saying that we're not going to
Someone
sign
has
him.
asked, we'll get to the questions in a minute, but he's come up in the questions, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Someone's asked
we'll
us.
come to that because I do have thoughts on that. Well, shall we go straight into the questions?
Well, we might as well,
'Cause we
'cause
have
this is
got
like a
a fair old
preamble.
few.
This is a preamble. Where are we going to go first?
Shall we start with
Email,
emails?
Facebook, or Twitter?
I'll tell you what, shall we go in chronological order? Because we got one here from Miles from the 10th of July.
Oh, go on then. That's a long time ago, 10th of July.
Yeah, well, he's obviously
He's jumped right in.
gagging for it. So Miles says, evening all, I spent many Friday commutes back from work listening to your podcast last season. I may say it was a pleasure.
Well, thanks for
Thanks very
listening.
much, Miles.
Oh, good. We're
Not a
making an
lovely
effort.
fella. A few questions for you guys if you don't mind. Do we mind?
No, I don't mind.
No,
at
we
all.
don't mind at all.
I'm easy going, Tony. You know that.
Yeah. Do you think our strike force so far is strong enough for League One without a player like Chucks? It will be a different.
It'll be a different.
It'll be
thing.
different. Chucks is the sort of player, and I said it all last season. I've said it since he started. Chucks is the sort of player that can win you a game by doing one ridiculously,
Yes.
stupidly brilliant thing.
And 99 things people are going, that
Yeah.
guy's done nothing, look.
So that's what he gives to a team. He can make a difference between a point or 3 points, or getting you out of the shit, which he did. I mean, I genuinely think without his goals last season,
Oh, we
wouldn't have gone up. Some of those
definitely
goals were ridiculous, and no, there are very few players, certainly in League Two, but definitely probably the only one in League Two that was capable of that sort
Yes.
of thing.
We're lucky to have him in League Two, but he's gone now, so let's
Yeah,
not
he's
talk about him
gone.
ever again.
Could be the sign of the season for Charlton. That if
Could
he stays
be.
fit.
Hopefully.
So
Don't
we're
care
going to
what
say
they do.
yes. We think it will. We think we'll be all right. We've got Kieran stayed.
Yeah, he
obviously.
stayed. That's massive for
Yeah.
me, that is.
Kieran stayed.
No one's asked us about that. That's good.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well, it's a big thing, and now it's all done.
Yeah.
It's all
I
forgotten,
was
isn't it?
chuffed to bits when he signed. Reece Healy.
He's come back. He's come back. Now, I wasn't a critic of his, but I did say he didn't overly impress while he was here. Now, obviously,
He scored the goal of the
I
season
missed
last year
something.
for me.
I missed something with Healy. So
I thought he was a great player.
I think if Tisdale goes with this 5-3-2, which is
that what he's been doing?
more of a 5-2-1-1,
Yes.
or a 5-1-2-1,
Wing backs
or a
don't.
5-1-1-2. Who knows? That can't be a 5-1-1-2, can it?
That could be him. He'd be cheating.
Yeah. A 5-3-2, let's say.
Let's do that thing that Ted Rogers did.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be a 5-4-1 because that'll make it too crowded.
Where's
but
that bottle opener? Sorry.
I'm thinking 5-3-1-1, 5-3-2 would be. I'd
That's
be
my
happy with
preferred
that.
thing.
But
I'm
as we
just
know,
agreeing with you,
Tisdale is not averse
He's at the
to
wheel,
reverting
Tony.
back to a 4-4-2.
He's at the wheel, that boy.
He is at the wheel.
No, I'm
No,
chuffed
I
to bits
think-
that
I
he signed
think
a really
we're-
genuinely.
yeah.
When that came through, I thought that's just a
Kieran's
statement of intent.
staying as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I knew,
What's more important for you? Kieran staying or signing Healy, re-signing Healy if you want to go down that. You got
I'm
to think
really
now that
happy.
Kieran.
I'm really happy that Kieran signed, and I see Healy as a massive
Yeah, I'm wondering
bonus.
if Kieran's game will change though now that. But then
Well,
again, you think
Healy was
Chuck's
never an
didn't
out
come
and out
on, did
nine,
he?
was
No.
he? Never really played as an
No.
out and out nine.
Oh, I'm
Kieran
just
was always
pleased
the
they're both
nine.
saying it's jam all round,
Yeah.
Tony.
Well, the thing is, Tisdale played Kieran as a number 9, as an out and out striker, which is what you always wanted to play, and that was proven to be the right decision
Yes.
by scoring 22
By scoring
goals.
all the goals. Still rubbish though, Tony.
Well,
Massively
Yeah.
overrated goal.
the only thing that Robbie did for us was Callum Britton, really, who's come on leaps and bounds obviously
He
over the
has,
last
I'm
couple of
pleased with him.
seasons. Yeah, he looks. I like the look of that back five with Callum on that side, bumming up and down, not bumming up and down. What he might do, I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, you know what.
You know what these kids are like these days, Tony?
Exactly,
Gender fluid, they are.
exactly. So they're very close in the dressing
What
room.
else has he said this week?
So, what do you think the most realistic position for MK Dons to finish in next season, and also what would you guys be happy with?
Well, I've already had this discussion with someone else, and most people are going to say, you're an idiot, mate, like they do normally.
Yeah.
But see if we finish round about mid-table, I'm going to say 10th.
Yeah.
I would be just happy with that, because this has just been, see even last season, when
Yeah.
it got to the end of it, you're thinking, oh, we should be walking this league. It's not been fantastic. I would like to just, a bit of stability, and then build from there. That's what we need. We don't need to be, you know, just bombing up the leagues like we did before, and you think, no, it's just nice. I would just like to some mid-table obscurity. I'd be happy with that. I really genuinely would be.
I looking at it,
I'm saying 10 or
you've got-
above. Anything under 10, that's just
Yeah.
a waste of time.
I
for
think
me.
Sunderland's second season they'll just walk the league.
You
as,
think? Well,
yeah,
I've got
as most teams in their
I've
second
got an opinion
season
on
do.
that, Tony.
I think Ipswich will probably finish top 5.
But I don't think they will. I think they'll be this season. Sunderland,
Yeah.
they will.
We've got Rotherham have come down as
Yeah.
well. Bolton have come down.
Yeah.
Bolton are an absolute mess.
Are they not on minus
Well,
12 already?
Them and Bury, I think, are going
Yeah,
to be
them
on
and
minus
Bury are
12.
both. So that's
Yeah,
two.
so
I'd,
that's basically freed up at least
Yeah.
one
Yes, it
space
is.
there. I genuinely think we could finish top 6, and I'd be not unduly disappointed if we didn't.
no, I wouldn't.
But my expectations, looking at the squad that we've got, it's very strong. It's got good numbers in it as well. Centre backs, we are sport for choice.
That's a big thing then.
Yeah, and
Because it wasn't until Russell Martin came in last.
No,
year that
I
you
mean
just think, oh, hang on a minute.
we've been lucky over the years that Louis is indestructible.
I mean, I wouldn't be
But
adverse.
what if we lost Louis? What
You know, I
if
wouldn't
we,
be adverse to going in the playoffs and all
Yeah.
that because it would be exciting. But equally as much, I wouldn't be disappointed if we just finished round about, like I said, 10th. That would do
Yeah.
me.
also
Just for stability, Tony.
in that back three, we've got genuine left footer as well. Joe Walsh being left footed. George Williams, when Joe Walsh gets injured, and he will.
He won't.
George Williams can slot into that inside left position, if that's the word. Third left centre back. So
You've made that up.
I'd be,
Third left
I'd
centre
be
back.
happy. I'd be happy with to not be disappointed.
It's
Not-
a difficult situation because we're sitting here on, like, you know, the hottest day of the year so far. There's not even been a ball kicked in anger.
Yeah.
So you don't know really. You're looking at kind of October, November time before.
Well, this is it. I mean,
things
you look
start
at
shaping up.
first
really?
day of the season last year, we lost Conor McGrandles for pretty much 95% of the season. It was assault. If you ask Gordon, the bloke elbowed him in the face.
And look what happened when he come back.
Well, exactly. And maybe that was a little extra push we needed to get ourselves up. So Conor's looking...
it's difficult to make predictions, but like I said a minute ago, anything, I'd be happy to just knock it down, to be quite honest.
I'm just going to be happy for a second season, hopefully, of actually looking forward to going and watching football.
Yes, for sure.
Instead of feeling like it was a chore.
Yeah.
Like it had been,
before,
previously for a couple of years, yeah. All right, he also asks,
he's got a lot of
is this the hardest
questions,
League One MK have ever competed in, with teams like Portsmouth, Sunderland and Ipswich competing?
That's a good question, but I don't think Ipswich and especially Sunderland are the force that they used to be.
I think Portsmouth will be up there again.
Yeah. I mean, I think Portsmouth, they've got...
What about Peterborough?
Well, Peterborough are always going to be there.
They got Boyd back as well, haven't they?
I know.
That again could be the best signing of League One.
I mean, how old is that guy?
I know, but
he was playing for them when I first went to see
very, very good player.
Yeah, well, he is a good player, yeah. Has he washed his hair yet, Tony, do you think?
I'd
be surprised.
I mean, if he hasn't washed it for like 8 years,
no,
he's not going to do it now, is he?
Wasted it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they're always going to be up there, aren't they? They're kind of one of those.
Well, they're due a season, aren't they? They're due one.
They always eventually go up, don't they?
Haven't had one for a while, so
get their arses
they
kicked
do have
and
that.
come straight back down.
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
No, that feels.
And Miles says,
"Good grief, Miles!
Thanks for your time, boys."
That's all right, Miles. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Paul Harris. I've got a warning on this. Be careful with this message.
All right.
Paul Harris has never sent you messages using this email address.
Oh.
And he said, "How was the harvest?"
Oh, the harvest is going fantastic.
Is this your photos of the on the?
It's my allotment. Yeah, I've got an allotment.
Thing.
Now I've just spent. I'm eating my own produce every single night.
Nice.
It's been great.
That's what we like.
The next thing will be coming up with tomatoes. So I've got an astonishing amount of tomato plants. We repotted them all at the weekend. So I'll tell you one thing for your tomato plants, Tony.
Yeah.
They're a lot of work because you've got to water them in the morning.
Yeah.
Then you've got to water them again at night.
Yeah,
so if you've got tomatoes, I'm just telling you, you're speaking to an expert.
That's just like basic
it's a lot of work,
maintenance vegetable.
And other high maintenance your tomatoes.
Yeah. Or is it a fruit?
Oh no, you're getting open up a can of worms here, Tony.
Is it a biscuit or is it a cake? John Samuel
says,
hello,
John Samuel.
With the departure of Chucks, how do you think this will affect the team? And do you think Healy will be the success he was in League One? So a very similar question, pretty much to
the question before. What I will say about Chucks is, what people should think is that we basically had a half a season from him that everyone thought we weren't going to get. Because everyone thought he was going to go last Christmas. They just January time. They just did. I said it on here. If he stays, I'll be astonished.
Tell you what, could have been a blessing. The state Bolton are in, that's for sure.
Yeah, God,
he wouldn't have been paid for months.
Yeah, they've somewhat been paid.
So, do you think we'll see both GW and CB starting at Bury?
Who's CB?
Well, I can only think.
He's not coming back.
Gary Waddock and Charlie Burns.
I'd be happy to see Gary Waddock start.
I think he would slot in nicely. Maybe as a number 4.
Yeah, easily.
Maybe as a number 4 or a holding midfielder.
3.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Slopping on.
And Charlie Burns.
Burns. No, I'm not. I don't want him back.
I love the lad, but he wasn't the greatest keeper.
He wasn't the greatest.
So, in answer to your question, John, I don't think either of them have signed for us for a start. So
that is a drawback, Tony.
Going to say no.
No, I'm saying no.
When fit, who would be your first choice defenders?
Is this still?
This is a great one.
Is this still John Samuels?
Yeah.
Dean Lewington from me, left back.
Let's go. Let's have a 5.
Right,
let's have a 5. So
Dean Lewington,
far left.
Russell Martin,
far right.
No, in the middle.
Oh, in the middle, right? In the middle of them 3 centre backs. Yeah. And to the left of him, between him and Louis,
someone else.
Joe Walsh.
Oh, forgot about him.
Yeah, it's left.
Joe Walsh. Yeah.
To the right of Russell Martin.
Ethan Evebanks Landell, if he comes back.
Well, you see, this is where we've got the problem now, because you've got Regan Paul.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And we've got
guy.
JMT to come back as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Jordan Taylor from me.
And then you've got your wide right, who I like Callum Britton in that position.
Yeah, I like George
if you do that, we've left out 2 out of the 3 players.
Oh, it's a good problem to have.
It is. George, we've either got to drop George Williams.
I wouldn't drop George Williams.
And Jordan Moore Taylor, or one of the 3 that we've already put in there.
Well, I'd have to drop one of the 3. I would go Louis. Then in the middle, I'd have Russell Martin. To the left of him, I can't think. Who did I say?
To the left of him was Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh. To the right of him, I would have George.
George Williams.
And then right out on the edge, I'd have Callum. That's
yeah.
my back five.
So you've dropped Jordan Moore-Taylor.
Yeah, I have.
And
I'm an idiot, really, to be quite honest with you.
You've dropped Jordan Moore-Taylor and Regan Paul.
I'm going a back six. Having Jordan Moore-Taylor in there.
But no, that's what I like about Tisdale, right? So you've got you've got 5 centre backs there.
Yeah.
For 3 places. When JMT's back, they're all fit.
Yeah.
Right. How do you go and talk to players like that? You know, like George Williams, say to George, right, Callum's playing wide right. But again, I think there is talk about competition for places.
That's why I'm glad
that.
I'm not a manager.
Yeah, and you play your best team. If he puts out a back 5 that doesn't that lets 2 goals in the first 6 games, he's not going to change it. I wouldn't have thought he's going to change it anyway. But again, we don't know
you
it
don't
is.
Know.
He
That's a good choice. It's a fantastic problem to have.
Oh, I do. I love it.
Because it's not a problem we've been blessed with.
It's probably, hopefully anyway, going to be even stronger than that start defensively we had last season.
Brilliant.
Which was fantastic. It really was.
Anything else from that, man?
No, so that's it on the email. What else we got? We got Facebook and
I've got a
Twitter.
Facebook thing. I've got Facebook and Twitter. What do you want to go first?
Let's go Twitter. What's the one that I saved one here earlier.
Oh, right on. Hang on,
did you get one from Stairsy? Was that on?
No, I've got a Stairsy here.
Yep.
I've got one from Peter Stairsy Holmes.
Yep.
By a twatter, it says.
Yeah.
Now, this is not so much a question, it's more of a statement. Be quite
Yes.
honest with you.
Yeah, well, I did read it. Took me
and
a couple
I think
of times, but yeah.
he's asked us this before Matey's re-signed.
Yeah.
Hasn't he, obviously? So.
Yeah.
And it goes this. Like, you'd asked on Twitter, I forget what, any questions.
Yeah.
And old Stairs, he's come back with the usual. The club never spends much on transfer fees, which I always find very irritating. No matter what the chairman says, wish fans would live in the real world. Now, that's not a question, Tony. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, I've read that a few times, and I don't know if he's contradicting himself there.
Well,
or...
He is Stairsy.
So he is saying. So the usual club never spends much. Is he saying that's what the fans are saying, or is that what he's thinking?
The general consensus is that your club never spends enough money, no matter which league you're in.
So League 1, League 2, there are no transfer fees to speak of.
No, not really.
Nominal amounts, signing on fees,
Nothing.
basic, maybe 35, 40 grand here and there. There are no transfer fees because there's no point in clubs paying them because it can go towards wages.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's very simple.
I'm sure that dog's still alive.
Yeah. And he says, which I always find very irritating no matter what the chairman says. But it's not just us, it's all clubs in
all clubs are the same.
in these League 1, League 2. It's a sort of almost an unwritten gentleman's agreement.
And then he said he wishes fans would live in the real world. Well, they won't, will they?
That's what I mean. So I'm not sure, Stacey, if you're saying that's what you're saying or that's what the fans are saying. But either way, yeah, there's no transfer fees at this.
We don't live in the real world. We're football fans.
Exactly. Yeah, we
expect
the best. We expect the best. So that was one off Twitter. What we got? Facebook.
I've got another one from someone called Thrillo. I think I'm going with that. Yeah. Now, old Thrillo, he's asked us if we could. He's looking forward to the return of the Lexicon of Chav. Now, Tony, I suspect that this bloke's getting us confused with another lesser podcast, Tony, to be quite honest. They were a Lexicon of Chav, Chief. We are hoping that a certain bloke from that other podcast will be coming on as a guest every now and again.
Yes, indeed.
But we're not going to make him read out stupid things that he can't read out, because that's not our way, Tony.
That's not our way.
It's not our way, Tony.
We're not going to make him read out stuff to make him look silly. We'll let him do it himself.
No.
Yeah.
He'll just read stuff out and be silly.
Yeah.
Right, he's also, guys, he wants some predictions on how the season will play out. I think we've already covered that, haven't we?
Yeah, go on and give us a number. You would say 10?
I'll say 10.
I'm saying 6.
He's asked for final position. We've just done that.
Yeah.
Top goal scorer. Oh, I'm going Healy.
Oh. Yeah, I'll go with Healy.
I'm going with that,
Yeah.
And player of the season, well, we don't know. That's difficult to say, isn't it? Because you just don't know how that's going to
Do you know what? If he stays fit for the whole season, could well be Conor McGrandles or Callum
good
Britton.
One. Yeah.
Callum Britton.
He's also said at some point of this season it was good to hear from Don's action. Now, Tony, it would have been very good to hear from them.
Was that a segue there?
Yes.
Was that a segue?
It would have been brilliant to hear from them. We were indeed supposed to be hearing for them tonight. None of them can drive, Tony.
Yeah. Which is frankly hilarious.
We were supposed to have those lads on tonight. We are going to have them on.
We will have them on very
next
soon.
week or the week after.
So, shall we quickly discuss that? They've ordered the flag, apparently.
They have. Do you see how much money they've got?
Yeah.
What I was
Well, it
genuinely
like
hoping was
£800 in a couple of
that
days.
they would
wasn't it?
come here and maybe
Mental.
slip us a couple of £100, to be quite
Well,
honest.
yeah, exactly. Actually, we should have
This podcast doesn't fund itself, Tony.
appearance fees.
Well, like as I was saying, if you are the kind of bloke that wants to throw money at us, we'd be more than happy to accept it.
Yeah. I don't know what the flag says, but I got a feeling it'll be something I don't like. So they're doing this thing at Block 11. where
We
they're
are
trying to
getting
get
them
the
on.
singing
I'm taking the
section
piss out of them, but
to
they are
go.
coming on. They're coming on next week or the week after.
Yeah. So they'll be here. I'll be, as you know, their biggest critic and
You
also
are.
their biggest
Yes,
fan.
I was hoping they'd come on tonight.
Yeah, but they couldn't get here.
There's three of them, but only one of them can drive,
Yeah.
and he's
And
going to
apparently-
Manchester.
He's
or
gone to
something like that
Manchester,
tonight.
and apparently they don't use buses.
Good luck to them.
They don't use buses. I thought the youngsters.
They're from
loved the
abroad,
buses
Tony.
'cause
But
of
I've got one
podcast.
more. This
Yeah.
is from on Twitter. This is from MKDons fans.
Yeah.
Is the squad ready? If no more business done, do you think we're all right? He's asking.
Do you know what? I think we
Going
are.
anymore? I think we are as well.
Yeah, I mean, what's missing? What's going to be missing at the start of the season is Alex Gilby. That'd be nice to have him in from day one. It would be nice to have JMT in there as well.
Yeah,
but
that would be.
I think what we've got, what we did at the end of the season without Alex Gilby, was a good example of how Tisdale can manage a
pragmatism, Tony.
team.
that
Yeah,
was.
and deal with situations like. Because you think about it, any other year with the injuries that we had, we saw it time and time again, didn't we? With Carl mainly, where we'd have all these
See that
injuries.
picture of him today signing someone? Man, he's put the weight on.
Yes.
God,
There was a good video of him making excuses for
what, for his size of
for
his belly?
pre-season.
God, he's massive. They played the Rangers, didn't they?
Yeah, that was 5-0 as
Yeah,
well.
they did.
Yeah, must be bad. Good Jesus. So, do you know what? I genuinely think they could be a threat if he gets them
I
playing.
forgot we're in the same league as him.
Yeah, if
I'm
he can,
excited now.
can keep them playing the same football they were at the end of last season.
well,
He's
they're
lost any
nothing to
players
me
either,
now.
so
He's also asked who you think our starting goalkeeper's going to be.
Lee Nichols.
Lee Nichols for me, definitely. And he's on saying he's going on about the third goalkeeper in and out
Yeah.
business. What do you reckon to that? That was a bit weird,
I
personally.
like Laurie. I worked with Laurie for a while when he came back to us for the 14th time. I think this was the 17th time he's been back. So yeah, he signed, and then went straight out on loan the following day. If you're going to have a third goalkeeper,
There's no point if he's not going to do anything.
there's no point.
No.
He's not even going to be sat on the bench.
No.
And we had this issue obviously with Charlie Burns back in the day, and I've got a feeling that is a very good idea to have the lad out there playing regularly every week.
I thought it was a bit
not,
weird
not at the
at
same
first.
level, but
I thought you've signed that guy, but then the way you've described it, he's never going to get a game, is he? Never.
no,
Not
he's a
even in the
decent,
bloody reserve
he's a
games, is
decent
he?
keeper. He's played at a decent level. He played for Hitchin, played for Hemel. Was it Hitchin? No, not Hitchin. And they played for Hemel. Where was he before he came back to us? I
Let's
can't
make
remember.
someone up. Dunstable.
Yeah, but yeah, he spent a lot of time with us over the years. Came through from being a kid, so I think it's a good idea to keep a third goalkeeper playing every
I
week.
do, yeah.
Funnily enough,
No, I was a
more
bit.
match practice than
I was a bit.
the other lad.
Yeah, I was a bit perplexed at the time, but when you've just said he's going to get more game time than bloody.
Yeah.
that
Also,
other
and
fella.
I don't know what the training situation will be, but it's
He's got to come back.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
on loan
so-
players go back, don't they?
you then have three goalkeepers because Mel does the training on his own with two goalkeepers. Really, you do need four people there to help with the goalkeeper training.
He's then written Reeves. What do you reckon?
well, he
Let's
actually
talk
wrote
about-
Revies, didn't he? I
Did he?
think.
Reeves. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
shit at reading anyway.
No, there's nothing there really.
You don't
There's
think
nothing
he'll
there.
sign? Would
No,
you be adverse to him signing?
I'd take him on a pay per play.
Yeah, I would.
But I know
He's 27, Tony's in his prime.
Yeah, he is in his prime. He's another one of those players like Chucks. Keep him fit.
Yeah,
He's a game winner.
that's the problem with him.
Yeah, and he is made of glass.
He is made of
Yeah,
glass.
you could say the same. Johnny Williams hasn't got a club. I'd take Johnny Williams in a heartbeat.
No,
but-
Johnny Williams is signed for Charlton.
Has he signed back
Yeah,
for Charlton?
he has.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'd take Johnny Williams in a heartbeat if I could guarantee he'd be fit for more than 40% of the season.
He's then asked, this is his last thing, he's gone on about the lack of friendlies against higher opposition
Yeah.
to allow like concerts to take place at this stadium. Does anyone really care about that? Well, yes,
Other-
loads of people care about
yeah.
it, but
Well-
those loads of people are all idiots.
Yeah, they are. Because as we've said earlier, pre-season
There's
is the results don't matter, the opposition don't matter.
What you're not
It's-
going to get any longer, even when I first started going to see the Dons, you would get pre-season friendlies against, Premierships. You remember that time Spurs turned up? And it
Yeah.
was more or less a Spurs first team. You
Yeah.
don't get that now. You know why you don't get it now? because they all go to the Far East on pre-season tours.
Well,
to make
also
loads of money.
that Spurs team was not supposed to be anything like the team that turned up.
No, it wasn't.
It was supposed to be. It was advertised very clearly
As a Spurs 11.
and I did insist that it said
And you
Spurs
turned
11
up. Oh,
on the
hang on a
ticket, on the website,
This is
on the
not right.
posters.
Did we not win that? We scored the goal, I'm sure we did. I remember cheering. Where
Was it? Someone scored a belter, didn't they? An absolute belter. It was a great game. I think
That
it
was
like
a good game, that.
4-1 or 5-1.
I mean, we've
or
played
4-2.
West Ham in a pre-season friendly, and they brought that bloke Freddie Lundberg and all sorts of teams.
That was
You're
their
just-
kids, though, wasn't it?
You're
That
just
was-
not going to get that now because
West Ham was the first ever game, was it? Or was
That's
it Chelsea then?
no,
West
Chelsea.
Ham?
That was Chelsea kids. It was
Chelsea
the first
kids,
game.
West Ham.
But a pre-season friendly was West Ham, and it was more or less that was a good team. But like I said, you don't get that now because they're all doing tours of bloody Australia and the Far East. now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And
it's a waste of time.
we had Leicester a
you know?
couple of times.
And you're
didn't
not
we?
going to learn anything by playing like I don't know. Let's see. I don't know, bloody Leicester or
To be
whatever.
honest,
You're
it
just
makes
not,
no
are you?
difference.
No,
It
you're
makes
not
no
going to
difference who you
learn
play.
anything with
The
that.
players couldn't give a shit. And let's be honest, if the games did matter, they wouldn't entirely change
remember those-
the starting 11 after
Who was it that
60
played?
minutes or whatever, would they?
2 or 3 years ago, we played a Spanish team. Remember?
Oh,
I mean, I left that with 20
you know
minutes
what?
to go.
That
was it
was-
Rayo Vallecano? I think it was.
No, it wasn't. I got the shirt off. Do you know that was the worst?
One of them got a
The-
red card,
the-
didn't he? Remember
Yeah.
that? God,
The- and
then.
how often do you see a
thought,
red card in a
This
friendly?
is boring. This is
Next
just
to never.
spectacularly
They
boring. I
were
don't go to
the
pre-season.
rudest,
Yeah.
dirtiest, stuck up their own arses. I remember I was walking through to the gym, and their kit man is pointing at me and waving a
Was
towel.
he laughing?
No, he's pointing at me, waving a towel. And I said, "Do you want more towels?" And he was like, "Yes." So off I went. I got a few towels. I walked back in, and he's still in the same place. And he started tapping his wrist
no,
like
don't
on his
tap your
watch.
I hate that.
And I actually turned around, went back, put half the towels back, got smaller ones, and went and gave them to him.
Yeah, no, don't tap.
Yeah,
I hate that.
honestly, they were. That wasn't a friendly at all.
We did play Atletico Madrid once. That was pretty good.
That was at the hockey stadium,
And
wasn't
they
it?
brought
Torres
that bloke
was-
on. Torres on,
was it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Now, talking of something I have been doing.
Oh,
over the
go
summer.
on.
Something I have been doing. So I've spent an inordinate sum of money on
What have you
a
done?
computer program.
No.
I've designed.
not
I've designed.
AI, is it, Tony?
It's very much AI. I've designed a computer program.
Is this going to be a feature every week?
I think it should
It's a new
be. I
feature.
think it should be. So what I've done is
We can't get Sam, so we've made up.
yeah, we've got this.
We've done this.
So to be fair, it only took me 2 weeks
Oh, good.
to
That's
write,
a long
to
time.
write this program. I've run some
What
tests
have you
on
called
it,
it, Tony?
previous history and all that sort of thing.
How do you
I've
what's
called
those-
it rather cleverly
Oh.
CompUdon.
Compudon. That's
Compudon.
good. Compudon.
See
I
like that,
yeah.
so-
It's you as in you in the letter.
Yeah. No, well, yeah. However you like.
You're down
you know.
with the kids, you,
I haven't,
Tony.
I haven't written it down.
People
So,
laugh at you, but I always
I
stand up
threw
for you,
in
Tony, always.
the fixtures. I threw in previous histories and all that sort of thing.
Okay. What's it going to give us? A prediction? Is that
It's
what
going
you're saying?
to give us a prediction, right? So let's ask him. Right. So let me just switch him on.
Okay, go on.
Right. So Compudon, what do you know? See if he's.
It's proper feckin' hot is what I know.
Oh, that's warm.
Now
of you,
then,
Tony.
let's work out my prediction. Talk amongst yourselves. Calculating. Beep beep boot beep 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 boot boot rhubarb etc. Albie is a cock. Rhubarb etc.
He's right there.
Calculating. I predict that NK Dons will win the league. 46 wins from 46 games in the EFL Soccer Ball League of 1. Also, Tony will still not get a bird. The fat nonsense. Kind regards, Compudon.
So might need a tweak.
I mean, because
Here
you
and
said
there.
fat nonsense.
He called me.
I think
He called me a fat nonsense, which
Yeah.
is I did
think
throw in some variables.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure he already dislikes Albie. I didn't
Well,
mention
I
Albie.
can't fault him.
Didn't
Yeah.
mention Albie. So
He's right
yeah, I
there.
think I'd need to tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, it's good, though. It's good, Tony.
Maybe
It's better than
maybe,
Sam already. It's
yeah,
better
well,
than Sam.
exactly.
I mean, it's
it
better
is.
than Sam.
Yeah, and it's also not from Stevenage or,
No.
or
No.
Luton.
Where
So
was he was from Stevenage, wasn't he?
no, it's from Hitchin. It's from
Was
Hitchin.
he?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Shall
he
we give
from
him a
Luton?
surprise ring? Do you think?
Shall we do some other questions first?
Yeah, go on. Let's do some more
Well,
questions.
you've got the email questions, haven't you?
No, that was the email
Is that
questions.
all? Oh,
That
I've
was
got
all
the
of them.
Facebook questions, sorry.
Facebook
Oh,
questions.
I forgot all about
Facebook
that. Yeah,
questions.
these are from the Sit Down and We'll Steal Your Club Facebook page. There's only a couple. Won't take
Yeah.
long, this. Okay, this first one was from Jonathan Harris,
All right, Johnny.
and he says, in your opinion, is this current squad stronger than the squad that achieved promotion to the Championship? Not saying we do the double promotion, but in particular, opposition fans think that we could. Now, I'll be blunt with you. That's the first time I've heard anyone say that any opposition fans think we'll go straight up again. He's the only bloke I've not heard anyone say that, I must admit.
No, in fact, very, very quiet League One for the fans this season.
So you've got to say, is the squad stronger? No, because we had Dele Alli.
We
had that guy that was on fire all the time.
Benicophobe, Will Grigg, Darren Potter running things in the middle. We had a settled back four.
We didn't.
That was lucky to be a settled back four towards the end, with Carl McFadzean managed to avoid a yellow card for 10 games or whatever.
So it's definitely no.
I'd say no. That was probably greater than the sum of its parts that season.
Yeah, we'll see.
And when we went on that run, the last 11 games.
Even to this day, I still think that, we were lucky to finish second then, really.
Oh, we were. I mean, the same as last season, really. Mansfield had every opportunity with 8 games.
So we're
to go,
definitely no. I'm saying no.
So I'm saying no. I'm saying no, but that doesn't mean that we're not capable of it.
Maybe not.
But you don't get many Dele Allis in League One. Who knows? Dylan could come through, score 35 goals.
Good luck to him.
Yeah. I do want to see his goal from last night.
I would like to see.
Looking forward to it.
I'm going to look at the internet when I go up.
Yeah.
And this is from our old pal David Saunders. Remember him?
Yes, indeed.
This is on the old Facebook page again. He said, "Who have you most been impressed with, and who has been the least impressive signing, and why?"
Least impressive.
Least impressive. That's difficult to say.
Well, as in, looked at it and thought, a bit disappointed with that. No one, really. I honestly
I'm saying that guy was signed from Man United.
I would say,
just to be controversial.
Joe Mason?
Yeah.
Didn't look...
Nah.
He was in...
If he was any good, Tony would be playing at Man United.
Yeah, shouldn't have knock a player for his size.
No.
But he is a small player. He didn't look particularly great, and I don't know a lot about him. So, again, not going to pass judgment on him. Tell you what I did notice.
Oh, go on.
Even in a pre-season friendly, Ryan Harley still looked utterly useless.
Did he really?
He did. He genuinely did. He genuinely did. I don't know what's wrong with the bloke. And I want him to be good.
I'll tell you who I've been most impressed with.
Ryan.
Kieran Agard.
Kieran Agard.
That's the best signing that we've made, that is.
Reece Healy and Kieran is
massive. I'm going... If I had to make a choice and my life depended on it between Reece Healy and Kieran, it's definitely Kieran for me. Because that's a massive thing to re-sign him. It really is. Because he could have gone up to a higher league. He just could have done. There's no two doubts about that.
The other thing is he loves it here as well. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that he would have had numerous offers.
Oh, for sure.
And it's more than possible that he's actually stayed here for less money than he might have got somewhere else.
So that's got to be
possible.
Good.
I mean, again, I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I just get the feeling.
So I'm either going Reece Healy or Kieran Agard, but probably...
Yeah.
I mean, we were massive fans of Kieran last year. We just were on this podcast.
I'm going to go back to last season. I still think Russell Martin is the best signing we've made in many a year. I genuinely do.
Yeah, he was an impressive presence. He was at the back.
Just his overall enthusiasm.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm most impressed with the re-signing of...
re-signing. I think, and that shows the fans that we can hold on to players.
Hold on to players that are good.
Because let's be honest, neither of us thought that Kieran or Chucks would be here this season.
No, I didn't. I mean,
one of them is.
I mean, I've said it before half an hour ago. I was just happy that we got another half season out of Chucks, to be quite honest. And I wouldn't have been disappointed if he had gone in January this year, because you think, well,
he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go.
To you, mate.
He was supposed to be out the door, but
Bolton now.
Bolton fucked
on
it
minus 12 points.
Yeah.
He'd have been thinking, where did it all go wrong?
And skint.
He would have been seeing you, and I hadn't been paid for 5 months. Good luck to him.
So quickly, I can't even remember who so other than the obvious: Portsmouth, Sunderland, Ipswich, Peterborough. Who else are we looking at? I mean, we've got Rotherham come down.
I'm not interested.
Don't know what's going to happen there.
They're
Tranmere, Darren Potter's gone to Tranmere, so we'll be encountering a lot of ex-players this season, I feel.
We will be. Well, it's a bit... I like League One. I liked League Two. I liked it at first when it looked like we were going to win it, and then I wasn't quite so happy when we looked like we were going to lose it.
I'm thinking... I don't know if it is that strong a league.
It's not a stronger league.
Don't.
No, it isn't. I don't think... I mean, like, what do you call them? Sunderland have lost that bloke that... What's his name? Catamol. He's gone. For sure.
Oh, is he gone?
He's definitely gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ipswich are in free fall, I mean, they're not. They're definitely not. Like I said before, they are definitely this year's Sunderland.
I'm just looking.
I don't really know what.
I'm just
Sunderland
looking at the League One table.
Yeah, go on.
Right?
Go
Now,
through
it's
them.
It's in alphabetical order.
Yes. Who's first?
Wimbledon.
Well, turn that table upside down.
Alphabetical order without the bit at the beginning, but it's in alphabetical order all the way through until you get to number 23 and number 24. Number 23 being Bolton.
Yes.
24
Minus
Bury,
12.
minus 12 each. So yeah, it doesn't look that scary. Accrington,
Nah, nothing.
Blackpool, Bristol Rovers,
Nah, Bristol Rovers,
Burton,
nothing.
Coventry.
Burton. No, Coventry. They're in the shit. They
Yeah.
don't even have a stadium to play in.
No,
They
they're
do
playing
they?
in Birmingham, aren't they?
Nah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah,
That's-
Burton,
fucking
Coventry,
lucky.
Doncaster will
Nah,
probably be
nothing.
there or thereabouts.
suppose.
Gillingham, Ipswich, Lincoln, Oxford.
Lincoln. Forgot about Lincoln.
There's
How do you
quite a
think
few
they're
people are
gonna
saying
do?
they're going straight back down, but I'm not sure. They got a very good manager, and if they can hold on to him, I think they might be all right.
forgot about them.
I'm not saying they would set
Who
the world
else
right,
come
but
up? Bury, they're down.
Bury, yeah.
Who come up by the playoffs?
Via the playoffs was.
Someone.
Oh my god, my mind's gone blank. Hold on. Ipswich, Lincoln, Arsenal, Peterborough, Rochdale, Rotherham, Shrewsbury, Southend, Sunderland, Tranmere. Tranmere.
Nothing to worry about.
So then you've got Oxford, Peterborough, Portsmouth. We spoke about
yeah.
Rochdale.
Nah.
Good footballing team, never really achieve anything. To stay in League One is an achievement, really. There, Rotherham, we think they might struggle now and become a permanent fixture in League One, League Two. Shrewsbury, Southend, Sunderland. We spoke about Tranmere, Wycombe, Bolton and Bury.
I reckon Wycombe. Who do you think will go down?
Oh, that's probably easier to predict.
Right, because I tell you who I think will go down. I think Bury will go down.
Yeah,
I think Wimbledon will go down.
yeah,
I think Wycombe will go down.
yeah.
And I don't think. Is it Bolton?
Bolton.
I don't think they'll go down. I think they'll stay up.
Yeah, I think they probably
so
will.
it's someone else that
Yeah.
will go down.
So, I don't want to say Lincoln because I like to.
No, I think
they're
stay
strong
up.
enough. I think they're strong
They'll
enough.
stay up.
Yeah, so I think it'll probably be Bury, just by virtue of the shit that they're in.
Talk about them in
AFC,
a minute.
AFC. Maybe Fleetwood have had a good few seasons.
Well, Wycombe were lucky to stay up last year. They had a good run at the start.
Yeah, they had a great
then
run.
they just-
yeah.
No,
All right,
nothing
Southend,
after
Shrewsbury, maybe Rochdale. Again, it's not that strong a league.
that. No, I think.
But do
there's
you
another
think
one open.
fans of those teams are looking at this and looking at us and saying,
I don't think
they're
anyone
a
in
threat?
that league, like apart from your Ipswich and your Sunderland,
yeah?
I'll be happy to see us.
See,
back in
I
this
see
league.
that as a very
That's an open
average.
league. That is, yeah,
not
it's an
necessarily
average
weak, but I
league.
see it as a very average. Lots of teams beating at each other, week in, week out.
What I think, like I said a minute ago, I think any of those teams, apart from your Sunderlands and your Ipswich, they'll be looking at us coming back up and not thinking, oh, not them again. No, God's sake, that's the last thing we need.
Yeah,
But I don't know what to say. Well, what can you say? We're just guessing at the minute.
yeah. We won't know. I mean, we probably won't know till 5-6 games in at
Yeah,
least
how it's going to set
how
out.
teams are going. I mean, again,
I'd be
it could all
interested
be
to see
different
what
by
happens
Christmas,
with
of course,
Ipswich,
so.
to be quite honest, because I reckon I think they're in for a massive shock this year.
I think they're in for a first season shock,
Yeah,
a
they
bit like
definitely
Sunderland
are,
were.
Last
So,
year.
no way Sunderland shouldn't have got promoted automatically last season, despite
they're just
their
a
woes.
basket case. They are Sunderland. They just
Well, it's these northeastern teams, and they're a bit weird. They're a bit odd. Their fans are a bit odd as well.
they've got a distinct sense of entitlement. Those blokes, they just think that they're Bertie Big
Yeah,
bollocks
how did
will
that
come
work
down
out
here.
for you last
Yeah,
season?
not
then?
very well,
Yeah.
you know. But
No, that always makes me laugh. It's like when Southampton celebrated winning League One and the Johnson's Paint Trophy. I said, just stand back for a minute
God's sake.
and look at yourselves. You're Southampton and you're celebrating getting out of League
Well
One.
done.
Yeah.
So look at them now, Tony. Where are
Well,
they now?
exactly. Brighton,
Where are we?
Huddersfield have
Brighton?
got relegated, but
You seen their shot
Burnley.
Huddersfield?
Yeah, it was
Is
a
it
wind
them?
up though, wasn't it?
Was it really? Is
It was
that
a
not
wind-up,
right?
yeah,
Oh, I
no.
thought that was a
No,
real
it was a
thing.
joke.
Was it fake
It
news,
was
Tony?
fake news.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Oh.
It broke every rule in the book anyway
God, did it?
for sponsor size. Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I didn't know that.
So we want to try and mix things up this season.
What are we going to do?
Well, I don't know. I think we should ask for ideas, readers.
Okay.
Send us your ideas. Maybe some sort of regular feature, as long as it doesn't involve the lexicon of chav.
Well, we're not having Lexicon of Chav.
Yeah, so
We're not having anything from
something,
that thing.
or maybe if you've got a computer, program that makes predictions,
Could do that.
and has an amusing robot voice.
We are definitely open to having people round here. We'll be much better organised
We must
this year.
get to the Talbot 4. Was it the Talbot 4?
Trio?
Talbot Trio. That
We
was
will
it.
get to them at some point.
Yeah, we'll get to them. It's just
But we'll
space.
go to them.
Really? Yeah, we'll go
Yeah,
to you.
we'll go
We'll
to
bring
you.
a microphone
Be
and
easier for us.
a laptop because
So we'll do that.
we never get.
We are going to have young Albie on at one point.
Yeah, Albie will be on. He's
He's going to be an occasional
he has
special guest.
promised to release my hamster
Oh, right.
if he gets 3 appearances.
3 appearances.
3 appearances.
Wow, hamsters are going then, Tony.
Yeah. Well, the hamster was already a year and a half old, and they don't really live
They
much
don't
past
last long, do
2,
they?
3 years now. So
No, they're
I'm
not-
thinking he might
they're
be
not
bluffing
long-lived.
and it's already
They're
dead.
rodents, are they?
Yeah, or he's eating it.
No, probably.
Yeah, he's done a Freddy
Got a
star.
line for that in area.
Yeah,
Bloody hip support or eat anything, wouldn't they?
waiting for the skin to arrive for me letterbox.
So what we're saying, are we done for this
I
pre-season?
think we are. That was.
for
I mean, it's not a lot to
pre-season?
say, is it?
Not
really?
really.
It's not a lot
This
to
is
say.
just
so.
an entree, Tony,
Yeah.
before we kick off next week.
MKDons Radio Show at gmail.com. All your stuff, any ideas for features, more amusing the better.
We've
We'll
also
try
started
and get, I think we'll get Sam on the phone next week. to
We've
see
got a
how
Twitter
he's-
page as well.
Yeah,
Just
Twitter
look
page.
for SDOWSC or whatever it is. Find us on that.
So one.
And we've
the
still
one on
got
the
the Facebook page going.
Yep.
It's going to be a bit more interactive this year. I'm going to be bombing it
we
on.
do need to be doing this sort of
So
thing.
there you go,
now.
that's the first one
YouTube,
done.
YouTube's still going? The
Oh,
YouTube
YouTube's gone. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and also we've got an iTunes account this year. God, we've
Is
gone
iTunes
just
still going?
apparently. Well, it
Blimey.
better be because I've signed up for it.
Do you know, talking of which,
Oh, go on.
here's a thing. So I was clearing
Is this
out
football
a
related?
strip ball. Did you say strip
I
ball?
said football.
Oh, yes, it is.
Strip ball.
It's MKDons related,
Oh,
actually.
go on.
I was clearing out an old computer, and I
don't want to
came
do
across
that, Tony.
a.
You
I
do not
came-
want to be doing that.
came across, if you'll pardon the expression, a recording from 10 years ago
Wow.
of the original MKDons radio
Oh, I
show.
bet that sounded appalling.
Well, it was.
Was Franco
There was,
in it?
yeah, there was very little
Jesus.
football in there. We had half the basketball team in there.
I remember
We
that
had,
one.
we had half the ice skaters,
Yeah.
the ladies' football team.
Good
I
grief.
don't recall talking too much about football actually, but
Oh,
it
blimey.
was 10 years ago I started that.
I
10
found some
years ago.
some stuff when we were on the wireless.
Maybe we should
that first thing.
re-release.
Should do.
Yeah, send them over to us. And
With
let's,
Sandy was on it.
Yeah, oh, I love all that. Have you got the one where we had Carl on in his first?
No, I keep looking for
First
I can't
radio-
find it. I know I've got
oh,
it somewhere.
No, we had all the first, mate. We had all the firsts.
We are.
His first radio interview.
We are going to try this season though and get some like official interviews. Hopefully.
Oh yes, so we will. Definitely going to get. I'm going to do an interview with Lee Scriven because he deserves a little bit of recognition
does.
for everything he's done over the years in Milton Keynes. Also, the press boys, Ant and Deck,
Ant and Dick.
or Ant and Callum, as they prefer to be known, but we call them Ant and Deck.
I'm calling them Ant and Dick.
And I'm thinking of maybe some sort of Mr. and Mrs. type scenario.
Oh,
there.
like questions.
Yeah,
Know your partner.
Know your partner
Oh, that's
type
good.
things. Do you reckon?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, all right. So there you go, listeners. If you've MKDons Radio Show at gmail.com, if you've got any type, Mr. and Mrs. type questions that you'd like to ask those two, if you
Those
know
blokes.
them, and Deck the Press Boys at MKDons. Very
And-
hard working.
Like I said earlier on, we are going to have those singing blokes on. It'll either be next week or the week after.
Yeah, they will definitely be
They're
on.
definitely coming on.
Um,
they were supposed to be on this week, but only one of them can drive.
Still,
just
that's
wait for it.
hilarious. Yeah, because they are all genuinely 12.
Yes, they're 12 years
Yeah,
old.
exactly.
But they have got £1,000, Tony, in
they
the bank.
have. They got £1,000, which they've spent on a lovely big flag
And a drum.
and a drum skin. I think
No.
it was. Oh,
No.
they bought a new drum, did they?
No.
A whole new drum.
Now, I am going to take issue with the word drum skin, because they're not called drum skins, Tony.
What are they called?
They're called heads.
All right, a drum head then.
Listen,
Good Lord.
drum head.
So
That's
what's
what they're
the
called.
what's the thing on the front or the back of a bass drum then,
The back.
with the hole in it?
Well, that's the front. Now, the front is called a tap, and the back is called a batter.
All right, so the bit with a hole in it is
Tap.
the batter. Oh, is
No,
it-
that's the tap.
and that's the front,
Yes.
not the back.
No.
So the
front.
back is the top that you hit. But a bass drum sits.
The bit you hit
Yeah,
is called a batter.
yeah.
The bit at the front is called a tap.
All right.
But the bit that you hit can also be called a head.
Right. Okay.
Very
so
confusing.
There you go.
So you don't
There you
get
go.
drum. There's no such thing as a drum skin. So stop spending. If you spent money on a drum skin, you've been ripped off.
So what
Just
if I bought I did actually buy one for a band
go on.
once. A named.
Well, that's called a tap.
Well, skin, but it's a tap, is it? It's a tap. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt I'm wrong. We'll get all the drummers.
Actually, yeah, there you go. Let us know if John's wrong, which he's not,
I'm not.
obviously, because neither of us are ever
No,
wrong.
never wrong, Tony.
No,
you know
no.
that.
Right, so we are now babbling.
So that's
inanely.
us. Done. What's the time? I got a new
So that's a
watch,
good
look.
warm up for the. I see that. That's very nice.
beautiful, isn't it?
It's very, very nice indeed. Is that another fossil one?
It is. I'll tell you for why I bought it in a minute.
Yeah, I like that. Right, so send us all your stuff. mkdonsradioshow@gmail.com. Let's have some more interaction
Questions.
from you all.
Yes.
Whether it be questions or just general. We want to hear your shit. We want to hear your jokes. We want to.
And like we say,
All your
we are
rubbish.
more than open to having. If you want to come
If
on,
you don't
just
want to be
let us
named,
know.
if you don't want to be named, and you think you've got something that's hilariously funny, but you're embarrassed,
Yeah, we'll take
create
the
an
percent.
anonymous email.
And we'll
Create
take
an
the
anonymous email
Yeah.
address. Send it through to us with no name on it, no nothing. We want your shit. The funnier,
We do.
the worse, the better.
Oh, the worst
Funny's
is better,
good,
yeah,
but
for
the
sure.
worse the
Oh,
better.
the worst is better.
Yeah. Take what's his name's jingle from last year as a bench park.
Oh, remember him? Oh, that was a shit jingle.
Yeah. That was all. You know, that one he did for you on the other.
That was good,
That
though,
was
wasn't it?
good.
That golden
That
goal.
was good,
I give
yeah.
him that.
Yeah.
Right, I think we're done for the first one. So that is season 2, episode 1 done.
Yeah. Good luck.
See you next week.
Yeah.